Colored communities voting. Colored community voting patterns expose historic challenges. Written by Christo van der Rheede. The past elections in the Western Cape exposed deep historic divisions and unresolved challenges, especially in the colored community. Colored voters voted primarily for the DA, Patriotic Alliance PA, and National Colored Congress NCC, previously the Cape Colored Congress, in recent elections. A smaller number of people voted for the African Christian Democratic Party ACDP, KOOD, African Restoration Alliance, and the People's Movement for Change. The ANC, which received a fair number of colored votes in previous elections, has now received notably fewer votes. But GOOD and the ACDP were the biggest losers in the Western Cape and ceded many votes to the PA and NCC. There are certain reasons that have prompted colored voters in the Western Cape to vote in large numbers for the DA, PA and NCC. To understand this, one needs to analyze certain electoral words in predominantly colored communities and present them as case studies. In Charlotteston Hill residential area in Pearl, the DA received 449, which is 55.71% votes compared to 533, which is 74.3 in 2016. The PA received 199, which is 24.69%, and NCC 12, which is 1.49% votes. This is a predominantly colored upper income or middle class area, which is teachers and other professionals, hence the predominant support from the DA. In the quarter area, a rural area that is predominantly colored working class, which is factory workers, farm workers, and unemployed people, the picture looks different. The DEA fell from 574, which is 44.09% in 2019 to 207, which is 17.88% votes in 2024. The PA, with its 382, which is 32.99% votes, dealt a blow to the DA. Against this backdrop, it is abundantly clear that colored voters do not vote on a narrow ethnic basis, but rather to greater extent according to income and issue affecting them within a specific area. In particular, it's the colored lower income or working class and unemployed people in rural areas who have given their support to the PA. These are people who have not necessarily lost confidence in the DA, but were instead motivated by certain socioeconomic circumstances to vote for the PA. They are competing for jobs with migrant workers from other provinces and our neighboring countries in particular. They feel overlooked by employees who prefer immigrants who are allegedly employed illegally in some instances. Social ills, especially gangsterism, violence, and drug and alcohol abuse, are impacting many colored working class neighborhoods negatively. Who often learn about innocent children? We often learn about innocent children and adults wounded or killed by stray bullets. Dropping out of school deprives them of further studies, not to mention the many other social challenges they face daily. It's no surprise, then, that they feel drawn to Gayton Mackenzie's populist solutions like reinstating the death penalty, getting rid of illegal immigrants, and job creation programs exclusively for them. By contrast, the colored middle class and elite voted for the DA on a large scale. That support for the PA also comes from their ranks in certain, but to a much lesser intent. the lived realities between higher income and lower income colored communities are dramatically different. The middle class lives in affluent neighborhoods, their children attend good schools, have access to local and international colleges and universities, and qualify as teachers, doctors, engineers, and many other professions. Their voice is a vote for maintaining their lifestyles, privileges, and opportunities provided by the DA government in the Western Cape. By contrast, a vote for a PA and NCC is clearly a protest vote hoping to bring an end to the marginalization experienced by them. It is a voice of desperation, a cry for help, recognition, and equal access to opportunities. However, it would be a mistake to ascribe their vote for a PA and NCC to marginalization only. There are also other factors present that are driven by their association with political leaders who come from their own ranks. From the social media posts by PA supporters, it is also clear that there is a burning desire to assert themselves in a unique and independent way and to claim back their human dignity. This is reflected in their active involvement and the passionate manner in which they take ownership of the activities of the PA. The latter is a positive development that should be encouraged, especially in the field of education. Too few colored Afrikaans speakers go to universities or colleges. The number of colored students at tertiary institutions in 2022 amounted to 5.3%. Of this group, the number of colored Afrikaans-speaking men amounted to 5,109 students out of 1,077,768 undergraduate and postgraduate students, a mere 0.5%. This is the massive crisis that lies at the heart of many socioeconomic challenges in the colored working class community. It calls for a large-scale collaboration to address the phenomenon of boys dropping out of school before they complete primary or high school, and making funding available to get the colored working class and colored youth back in schools and help them access higher education institutions. The vicious cycle of poverty, unemployment, drug abuse, gangs, and violence against women and children can be broken only if more young colored African-speaking youth go to universities and colleges. This is what the DA, PA, and NCC should focus on. With the help of coloreds, elite, and business people, such as collaborative effort would go a long way to free them from the trap of poverty and underdevelopment. Christo van der Rheede is adjunct professor at the University of Free State. The views expressed in this video are not necessarily those of independent media or IOL. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.